Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is Sunday, November 29th, 2020, and it is actually quite beautiful. It's chilly, but the sun is out. I'll show that over here. We're rocking in really good power. I'll show you that in a moment. But it's a pretty nice day. So I've actually got my maul axe out over here, as you can see. I've been splitting up some wood. The forecast for the next 5 days is calling for rain. So, look at little Miss Hella out there with the big dogs. What happened, little girl? You're fine. So, anyway, I'm going to be splitting up some wood. Heather's going to come out, and we got a bunch of buckets. And Mom and Beck, I'll show you real quick before we get into the video and what I wanted to talk about. Mom and Beck had collected a lot of... What, little baby? What are you doing? Yeah, you're okay. You're okay. So everything under here, they had collected all this kindling. Okay, so this whole area is just nothing but kindling wood. So they have 4, 5, 6, 7, they got 8 buckets over here. I have 6 more buckets in my house. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to have Heather fill all those buckets with this kindling. And then we're going to get it under tarps and stuff like that. That really helps with getting fires started. You know, when you just got like hot coals and stuff. And so that is going to be the game plan with that. So that's what we're going to be working on. And like I said, then I'm going to be splitting up the other wood, making it smaller, so it's easier fire starter wood. Oh my God, it's terrible. How are you managing? Oh my goodness. Oh, poor baby. Now I'm keeping her out here for a little bit today because it's actually very, very nice out, and she is fine. So she just don't like it because she wants to be with me every second. Yes, I know, it's terrible. Oh my goodness. Caesar said that. Well, I know she's complaining. I know you don't want to hear her complaining. I know it. Tell me about it. Well, you have to be a good big brother. Yes, you do. Okay, so anyway, guys, I'm sorry. Topic of the video, I want to talk about alternative ways of refrigeration. And I think this is actually important. Somebody had asked this question in the comment, so I thought I would address it in a video because it is really important. In a post-event with no power, how are you doing your refrigeration, okay? There's actually several different ways. Hey, you're fine, now stop. Hold on a second. I want to just make sure this lens is clean. Let me get out of the way so she can't see me. We'll go over here, and it'll actually probably be quieter. So there's several different ways that you can do refrigeration in a post-event. Now, I don't know if you guys, anybody watches Boss of the Swamp, but he has a great video, what he did for people that live in the colder weather. What he did was he went through the wall of his one cabin, insulated it really well, and had a vent on the outside that could be, well, you could adjust it from the inside, but it was a vent to the outside. And that, what it did is he had a thermometer in there, and it kept an idea of how cold that box was, okay? So I thought that was a really, really cool idea. It's a great way of doing that. I thought it was a really, really cool thing. So, you know, basically, like I said, he uses the outside temperature, the outside cold, to keep that area, and like I said, with being able to adjust the slats, you know, and of course it's all screened in so bugs and everything can't get in and stuff like that, but it lets that cold air come into that area between the walls, and it really keeps that cold, and he uses that as a refrigerator. I think that's a really, really cool way to do it, okay? Again, obviously that's going to depend on the weather. Another thing that you can do, obviously, and I've talked about this, if you have a root cellar, once you get under the frost line, guys, and it maintains a constant temperature of 58 degrees. So again, that could also be used as a refrigerator, some kind of an underground root cellar. Another really easy way to do it, if you know, obviously you don't have the money to be putting in a root cellar because those are not cheap, dig down, you know, a couple feet into the ground and just take a regular cooler and put it down into that hole, okay? Obviously cover that back up like you would probably use a piece of plywood or whatever, something like that. Something that you could put like, you know, blocks on top of so animals can't just pull it away and get into that cooler. But then you could use that cooler basically as a refrigerator underground. Because again, once you get below the frost line, that it's going to maintain that temperature of 58 degrees on a regular basis. So that's something to think about. So again, it's a third way, you know, of doing it. Like I said, the underground, as far as a root cellar, like I said, what my game plan is going to be when I do my root cellar / freezer, it's going to be a combination of both, all run with no electricity. I'm going to insulate an area very, very well. If you guys can hear that up there. It sounds like a chipmunk or a squirrel. I don't think that's a bird. Anyway, I'm sorry, distracted. But again, I'm going to insulate one side of it really, really well. And then I'm going to take 5-gallon buckets, fill them up with just straight ice or water. And salt water, actually I'll use salt water because it freezes better. And I will put those in there and bring that temperature down and actually make a freezer with no electricity as well. So again, that's another option you can utilize to, again, it would depend on time of year. You got to be able to freeze that water in the first place. And so, I mean, up here in the Northeast, that makes it much, much easier because we have long periods of time of cold weather, and we'll be able to utilize that type of thing. It's a way to keep everything comfortably warm or cool or frozen, and again, it depends on how much you have. So the bigger your mass of those frozen buckets of ice, the longer it's going to last and keep things cold in that freezer type area. So when I do that's going to be a major project that's going to be coming up here at the homestead down the road. I think that'll be a really cool thing, and I can't wait to show you guys that when I do that. But that's going to be a fun project, and so you know, just but obviously this area over here is going to be the addition. Bill's actually going to come back. He said he might come today. I don't know if he's going to or not, and dig out this corner. He said it's only going to take him like an hour and a half to get that part of it done, and then he's going to take all that dirt from that area and he's going to fill in around the outside of the shop. So then that'll stop the access points for the raccoons and stuff and everything getting into the shop. So that will be nice. So you know, like I said, it's it'll come together. I know eventually what may end up having to happen, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to see, but I think maybe eventually the shop may have to come down. You know, it has definitely seen better days. The backside obviously is not painted because I'm not painting the backside. Nobody's gonna see that. But we painted this side here in the front, and Margie's here. So anyway, that's a way to do that. So anyway, for right now, I'm gonna get ready to jump off here because obviously my sister's here as well. So I'm gonna talk to her for a bit, but I want to get some work done too. So that's the game plan. That's what we're doing here today. Just, you know, again, if we got 5 days of rain coming up here in a row is what she's calling. Apparently from the forecast, Mom said it's need to get things squared away ahead of time, so we're not dealing with that, and I want to make sure they have plenty of starter stuff. Hey Margie.
Hey.
How are you?
Good.
Making a video.
Huh?
I'm making a video.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll just be in the shed.
Okay. All right. So she's coming up today to bring some more stuff up here, which, you know, that's fine. I always tell her, whatever you want to bring up, bring up. I don't care. So anyway, again, tonight I will be live streaming at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm not exactly sure what the topic is going to be yet. We'll figure that one out. Maybe I'll just do current events. If I do current events, it's kind of a safe topic, and then we can talk about whatever we want, and I can focus on something, and I think that's the way we'll probably do it. So you will see that title of current events. Let's talk about current events, and we can get into several different things and that type of thing. Okay, so look for me tonight, 8 p.m., and join me there for that. Also, guys, remember, we are all in this together. That is important to remember. Before I get into all that, I want to hear your comments, your feedback, if you can think of other ways of alternative refrigeration. I know that, okay, so one of the other things, too, I was thinking about real quick, because it just popped into my head. A cold box using creek. You could make a box that uses the cold water from a creek, and again, use that as a form of refrigeration as well. That's another option. But I definitely want to hear your feedback on what other options you guys can think of as far as using, alternative ways without electricity for refrigeration. Okay? So anyway, I'm going to jump off here again. We are all in this together. That is important to remember. We're one race called the human race, and I think people need to remember that as well. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. Also remember STD, step, thing, and day. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from reaching those goals is you. Nobody else can stop you. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. All right? I will talk to you all later. She's really raising Cain over there. She is not a happy puppy. She just wants to be up my butt all the time, which is okay. But it's a nice day and she can be out for a bit. So anyway, I will see you all later. I will see you tonight. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.